Vanderpole with a rocket attack. Here he goes, gritted teeth. Vanderpole is putting everybody in the shade.
Get back to your feet quickly, Mathieu Vanderpole. The shoe is broke on the right hand side. It needs tightening, and this could be even more drama on a day packed full of it. Mathieu Vanderpole seemingly cruising away, and in the style of Dennis Menschel.
So a good solid ride by Jasper de Vries coming up, but not going to threaten the man in the hot seat and all the next couple after him. But Mathieu Vanderpole, that is where all eyes are on, and Søren Wardenskjold, he'll be sitting in that hot seat and watching this footage as well of the Dutchman, hoping he can just hold him off. This is what he needs. Yep.
And of course, the competition in the Tour de France is going to be world class. So he's just going to challenge himself a little bit more. We're 36 kilometers out from the finish line. What more can we say about him? It's just Mr. Diamond's fantastic cycling. Just like that entire, whether that's Vingegaard, whether that is Pogacar, whether it's Wout van Aert, the sprinters that we have, the classics guys that we have, the really young riders that we have, truly in a wonderful age at the moment. And these riders, they make racing so fun to watch, and we're all happy for that.
impressive is it's been different riders chasing him at different times throughout this effort. He took off with just over 36 kilometres left to race. It was the two riders, Nas and Schoens from Trek Segafredo, doing most of the chasing. A little bit of help from Abrahamsen from Uno X originally. But then the attack started after that. So fresher riders jumping out of that chase group to try and get across to Mathieu Vanderpole. But he's fended every acceleration off.
Vanderpole, a long attack after Gianni Vermeers completely emptied the tank at the front of the peloton on the climb of the Côte de la Petite Somme, and then Mathieu Vanderpole almost casually attacked off the front, glancing over his shoulder so that nobody was even able to follow. His maximum lead was 44 seconds. At a certain point it went down to 15. They could almost touch him, but then the chasing, the organization in the chase was completely gone and the gap went out again. Mathieu Vanderpole on his way to the win here in Mur de Durbuy. There it is, Mathieu Vanderpole victorious in Durbuy, 41.4 kilometers an hour average.
Just under 2.5 kilometers to the top of the Poggio, and Pogacar was powering his way up. So fast they were having to brake into the corners. That's well and done. It's Pogacar time, and he moves, he goes. Can he open up some free road? And now it's Vanderpole who makes his move. Van Aert is the one struggling. Pogacar's trying to respond, and Mathieu Vanderpole is having one of those days. Vanderpole last year became the first Dutchman to step on the podium since Frans Maassen in 1989. It's now been nearly 4 decades since a Dutchman won San Remo, and Mathieu Vanderpole is going to do exactly what his grandfather did in the 1960s. Mathieu Vanderpole is a monuments man again. Mathieu Vanderpole is a Milan-San Remo winner.
And now we get the reaction. Now we get the reaction. Wout van Aert, seated power, seated attack. We wondered how he was. He's looking good, Matt. He's advancing. The big three, the top riders in the world, wheel to wheel, pedal stroke to pedal stroke. And this is the image we've been waiting for the last 365 days. And now Mathieu Vanderpole decides to go, and that is his kind of acceleration. Wout van Aert's in trouble though. Wout van Aert is in trouble. Pogacar can power away. Tadej Pogacar repeats the feat. He's going again. He's landed a left jab. Is this to be the right hook?
Devastating turn of speed by Tadej Pogacar. That is absolutely incredible.
we have action straight away. Lotto Destiny here, Brent van Moer, Victor Kampenaerts, and following on his wheel is the world champion, Mathieu Vanderpole. Kampenaerts goes again with Mathieu van der Poel on his wheel. Well, Mathieu, we still have 71 kilometers to go, which is just over 1.5 hours of racing.
There is a bit of problem, and there's a problem here for the mechanical
So 66 kilometers to go as two of the riders of the Lidl Trek team are making their way back to the team car, as this attack by Mathieu van der Poel in the feed zone is almost eliminated. Bibs, Mathieu van der Poel, quickly followed there by Florian Vermeers.
They've got a plan, and this was what the plan was, that Mathieu van der Poel would sit in the group and try and come across pretty much on his own, and that's what he was kind of looking for. Mathieu Trentin can't follow, Vermeers can't follow, so it's whether Mathieu van der Poel can get across to this group on his own.
Well, he bridged the gap to just 10 seconds at the moment. Trentin, the second rider, Florian Vermeers, the third.
Mathieu van der Poel will come across, and he's taking a little bit of risk here, and he's just kind of waiting, kind of hanging around, and as soon as Mathieu van der Poel comes across, constantly looking behind, so that was the plan.
And he made his way across to the first four. Seven riders can actually win the bike race, but who would be the fastest when we have a sprint of 7?
In this one, it's what you got left in the legs. It's, I would say the fastest man in here is Mathieu van der Poel.
Frank. But yeah, this is, you can see it, some parts of the road are still wet, some parts are dry, and that is a nasty wound there for Frank van der Broek. 8 kilometers to go. The peloton cannot play poker, but the 6 riders at the front, they can't play poker either. The gap is awfully small, but there's also just 3.7 kilometers left. It could still fall both ways, Brian. There is the Flamme Rouge. It's a little bit hidden there on the left side of the road. Gianni Vermeers is completely emptying himself for the world champion. His teammate, Mathieu van der Poel. Florian Vermeers glancing over his shoulder. Fuglsang in 4th position. Lars Bove in 5th. And Turgis in last position. Very tricky there on the white stripes with the rain that has been. But these are the cameras at the finish line. Gianni Vermeers, he's doing everything to get that first victory for his teammate in the rainbow stripes. It's a perfect position right now for Mathieu van der Poel. The peloton is also in this shot, but they will be too late. They just left the chase too late. Mathieu van der Poel in 3rd position. When is he going to launch that sprint? We still have Lars Bove there in the yellow. Fuglsang for Israel Premier Tech and Turgis. And there is that first sprint by Florian Vermeers. And it has to be Mathieu van der Poel who has to go past Florian Vermeers on his way to his first victory in the rainbow stripes. And of course everybody loves this. It is the 16th of September and the world champion wins for the first time in his rainbow jersey.
Van Aert tries to follow him. Pogacar turns up for business. It's chaos going uphill from the station on those rattly cobbles. 9 seconds, they're trying to bridge up. We knew that it was Alpecin versus Jumbo. It's Act 2 now. Of the hardest meters in professional cycling, and here comes the best climber of the lot. Tadej Pogacar on the front. On a bit of road he knows he can make them hurt. He can make it hard. It's Pogacar in the gutter, Van der Poel on his wheel. 400 meters up to 20%, and we have the famous 4 breaking away from those who are passengers. Pogacar attacking as they go onto the first cobble of the Quaremont. Out goes Verhooydonk again. Backwards follows him Kral, and it's Tadej Pogacar here at the front, taking it to those top 2 cobbled racers on their very own terrain. You have to hand it to him, whether it comes off or not. Van Aert and Mohoric started to lose their little climbs bit by bit, but we know that Van Aert there is working at it meter by meter. Kral and Verhooydonk who is there, and this is brilliant. It just goes and goes and goes, and Pogacar is never afraid of putting down the power.
Steeper part of this towards the top as well. When you're riding it on TV, it doesn't look like a lot, but it just ramps up only 4%, 5%. You can just see it going up, but at this point in the climb, face on Van Aert, it's rare that you see him looking down, and he's almost gasping for the air to get back into his lungs in this part of the dual carriageway.
And here we go, let's see, because it's Van Aert who decides to make his move. Has he been waiting? Is this the moment? I'm not sure. We will see. The minute Pogacar can follow. And here goes Tadej Pogacar. Tadej Pogacar makes his move with 3.4 kilometers to go. We knew he had to try, we knew he had to move. There's a reaction and the first attack is brought back. The cat and mouse games have started with just over 3 kilometers to go. We go to 1.5 kilometers to go, another twist, a left-hand turn this time, and it's Vanderpole leading Van Aert. Pogacar just leaving that room, isn't he? We wait, he goes, he's up onto the pedals, and he moves. Left of the road this time, they have to react to a second time. Vanderpole tries to get there, he's on the wheel, Pogacar sits down, he knows he's unable to wriggle away for a second time. And it's Pogacar who launches the sprint early. Pogacar trying to surprise them. Vanderpole coming through the centre. Van Aert hitting the front now on the right-hand side. It's Wout van Aert trying to defend his title. It's wheel to wheel. It's a big battle, but it's Wout van Aert who wins it. Wout van Aert, the first man to defend his title here.
What has Mathieu van der Poel heard on his microphone? We're now going to sprint, by the way, for the golden kilometre. 3, 2 and 1 seconds every 300 metres, and Mathieu van der Poel gets the first 3 ahead of Pedersen and Tiller. That's the first one, but the next one is coming up. Are they going to sprint for it? Van der Poel in first position, Tiller as the runner-up. There we go again. Jasper de Buist in first place. Yeah, they're not going to throw bottles at the moment. And another sprint effort for Mathieu van der Poel. And he's picking up another 3 seconds there. Lead out there for the man of Lotto Destiny. Caleb Ewan behind Philipsen. We still have Alexander Kristoff going for it. Final push there by Lotto Destiny. Now it's up to Jonas Ricard with Philipsen still in third place. They still have one rider left. Final lead out rider there for Alpecin de Koning. 150 meters to go. Caleb Ewan is trying to get out of that wheel of Jasper Philipsen. Philipsen is launching a sprint now. Ewan is not going to sprint. We have Jasper Philipsen. We have Jacobsen as well. A real battle to the line, but the win is for Alpecin de Koning. Jasper Philipsen wins the sprint. What a day for that team.
Soudal quick step to the front, through the inside, Jacobsen in white on Murku. They're setting this up perfectly at the moment.
Yeah, we're going towards that final turn and then we end up on the boulevard of Knokke. It's a fantastic lead out so far by Soudal Quickstep, followed by the train of UNOX. It's a tailor-made sprint for Fabio Jacobsen. We do know that Caleb Ewan crashed, Jasper Philipsen crashed. Who is going to contest Fabio Jacobsen? We have Alexander Kristoff there. Mathieu van der Poel is a little bit further back. He tries to get onto the wheel of Fabio Jacobsen, but van der Poel is way back. Emils Liepings is there, Jasper de Buist is there, but the final 150 meters, and there is the launch pad for Fabio Jacobsen. Is anybody able to pass Jacobsen? Mathieu van der Poel is really going for it. Mathieu van der Poel on the inside, but no, it's Jacobsen. That final turn, and it's a bit of a tight squeeze there into the Finnish cameras, and Mathieu van der Poel launches the sprint himself. Jasper Philipsen seems to be lost a little bit. He has to find the gap and get past Jacobsen now. Jacobsen through the sprint. Can Philipsen still meet him? No, it's going to be Fabio Jacobsen, number 2.
They can't see the finish.
finish line just for the time being. Here comes Moschetti as well for 3:65. Gamay's on the case as well. Groenewegen's not out of this at all just yet for the time being, but Jasper Philipsen gets the turn. He's got the lead out. Is he going to get there? Oh, this is magnificent. It's going to open up wide and handsomely, I think. Philipsen's going very, very long. He's dragging. Nobody's going to get around Philipsen, I don't think. 25 minutes to go. It's Philipsen. Perfectly delivered.